Welcome to the world of wireless IoT. My name is Niklas van Boxelaar and I am pleased to welcome you to the now already second season of the webcast Let's Talk Wireless IoT. We talk to exhibitors and to sponsors of the Wireless IoT Tomorrow 2022 to find out what they have prepared for the exhibition and for the conference, how they are reacting to the current challenges and what they expect from the event. Let's keep the introduction short and jump right in. Looking forward to welcome you on the 19th and 20th of October for the Wireless IoT Tomorrow 2022. And I welcome Filippo Cerchio. He is Director Inlay Sales EMEA at Avery Dennison Smartrac, and I look forward to an informative, exciting talk about Avery Dennison and what they will be presenting at the Wireless IoT Tomorrow 2022. But before we start with our conversation today, Filippo, how are you?
I am really good. So thanks, Niklas, and happy to be here into this conversation.
Okay, it's definitely great to have you for this conversation. But before we start with our official part, I just want to add one more information, and that's we will in a minute come back to the history of not only Avery Dennison, also SmartTrack and the event. But in this year there is some news, and that is that Avery Dennison is not only an exhibitor but takes also part as a gold sponsor, a major partner of the event, and that's should be the back information for you at all. And we are ready to start with our first question. Should we start, Filippo?
Yes, I'm ready. You can go.
Okay. Okay, so I already mentioned we will talk about the history of two companies and the event on the other side. And just to give you some more background information, for example, SmartTrack was already an exhibitor since 2017 and Avery Dennison also individually since 2018. So there is kind of a ongoing relationship. And my question would be for you, what expectations do you have for the Wireless IoT Tomorrow 2022?
Yeah, so basically, I mean, you said it right. I mean, we are coming to the exhibition with quite a long history. You remember we discussed recently that SmartTrack was even there in 2012. So it's pretty much 10 years ago, which is nice to be mentioned. And I think that both companies attended the show in the last years. And as you said correctly, the presence we are going to have this year, it's really a special one because we are not only, let's say, back as an exhibitor with the combined Avery Dennison Smartrac organization, but we are also gold sponsor. So it's really, a big excitement for me to be going there and to have also the chance to be really connecting with people in person, which is something that we all are missing quite a lot if we think about the last couple of years.
Absolutely. And you just also answered my additional question, and that would be, will you be there as well? But you are also part of the exhibition team, correct?
Yes, I confirm I will be there.
All right, perfect. So everybody who maybe hears information from you during our call and has new ideas and want to ask even more questions, go into details, could find you at the Avery Dennison booth on site as well. That's great.
Great, that's correct, and it's going to be really, a great pleasure to, to have them people coming to our booth and connecting with me and the team.
All right. And you also mentioned an additional actually year that I have to point out, and that is 2012. You were absolutely correct to mention it because it's an impressive number already years ago, but still then, and I can tell you the event was very small, had a different focus, what located in Hamburg, but even then SmartTrack was part of the show. So that's even on top of the year-long relationship. I think 2012 goes back so long. That's a very deep cooperation. So let's come back to talk about a more general topic that, let me say, most of the companies are facing at the moment, and that are different challenges that we see. We see, of course, we had a Corona time, and now we have kind of similar problems, but also different and new problems as well. Shortage, for example, increasing prices, for example. So my question would be, what challenges have you faced this year?
Yeah, so I think you anticipated them already in your introduction. So basically, there are two areas that I would like to mention. So the first one is really about the complexity of the supply chain. So basically, the pandemic before and the latest events brought to shortages on many raw materials. In some cases, we also had combinations of events like strikes. I remember, let's say, on the paper side, this was affecting quite a lot our industry. And on the other side, let's say these dynamics unavoidably brought also to, let's say, an inflationary period with a raise in costs. And to be honest, the combination of these two elements has not been easy at all to be managed. While in parallel, we were all really focusing ourselves in trying to continuously support our customers in the market in supplying goods. So yeah, indeed, quite a challenging period if we look back at the last couple of years.
Absolutely. So you kind of get the feeling that after we were able to manage most of the Corona pandemic problems, we now face like new problems on the same serious level. You already mentioned inflation, for example, but great to hear that what you just said, that no matter what, of course, the customer is still the center of all, and the aim is to provide the best possible service, right?
Yeah, that's correct. But I think there are another couple of elements that I would like to add to the discussion, because despite of the challenges, the RFID world remains a very exciting segment, because in parallel we keep on seeing quite a lot of traction. Really, the scale it's ramping up more and more. There is a lot of interest. As I said, even if you consider the not easy times we are going through. From the industry, from many segments. Let's think about the healthcare, automotive, logistics. We really clearly see a lot of incremental demand, which opens really the door to additional opportunities. And then I believe that it's also a lot about how the company is, let's say, ready and capable to afford the challenges we just mentioned. And I have to say that, we really would like to thank the entire organization of Avery Dennison Smartrac, because thanks to the 9 manufacturing sites we have in the world, and let's say the support of global supply chain, operations, procurement, not to be mentioned, sales, marketing, and customer service, at least we have really tried hard to minimize as much as we could the impact of the challenges to, let's say, our customers in the market. Then, I let them judge if we have been good in doing that. And, and I invite people also to come over to the booth where we could be having some discussions. Probably in some cases, we have been a bit stretched in trying to do that. But I have to say that we deployed really a lot of extra efforts to try to tackle the moment in the best way possible.
I can only repeat your invitation to everybody to visit the expert team on site to see what's possible, to talk about what could be the best individual solution for the problem a customer maybe has. And the booth number, let me just mention this right here, is number 52, right in the center of the exhibition. You basically can't miss it. Make sure to stop, say hello to Filippo, make sure to meet the expert team and to talk about what we just started, what is possible, what's new, what's going on, what can be done, how will the future maybe look like. And we are right now already talking about the boost concept. And before we start to talk about the boost concept in a more general way, let's focus on more specific products at the moment. So this year, Avery Dennison has launched some new products, including the new dual frequency RFID inlays for retail, industrial and healthcare applications, the Avery Dennison Twist U7XM inlay, and new NFC inlays as well, just to point out a few. Will you be presenting these products at the booth as well?
Yes, of course. What you mentioned in terms of products will be presented at our booth. And then what is making the whole story even more exciting is that we are planning to add quite a lot on top of, the ones that you reported.
Okay, now I have to ask, what can you already tell more about what will be on top?
Yeah, so basically, there are a few things I would like to mention. So first of all, retaking your, pass on the dual frequency, we are going to present the entire portfolio in that respect, which has been, completed by the addition of the media web for the healthcare segment and also the web. Then, we will be having something relatively new because it has been launched really in the last weeks, which is the AD Track X. It's a new inlay, which, taking advantage of unique antenna design, basically, it's providing a new interesting solution for, full orientation sensitivity related applications. So this goes into the mainly the logistics and supply chain. Then, to be mentioned, it's our so-called pure portfolio. So this is really environmentally friendly, products. And we know how important is this theme nowadays, where we have, antenna designs made from pure aluminum in the final inlay construction. We have the first products that are already available, and we are planning to further expand this range. And then I would say that the full product range and portfolio will be displayed there. And there are a lot of solutions that would be, nice to talk about with, customers that are going to attend the show. And, let me just mention a few of them because these are really relevant products for our industry sales. I would say, starting from the microwavable inlay, which is quite unique, or the complete on metal product range, or the recently launched AD Grip for tires related applications, or the AD Mini Dose, which has been designed for the healthcare and pharma segments. And not to be forgotten, the complete range of sensors, or the AD Dot, which is one of the smallest UHF inlays currently available worldwide. Or based on the fact that we are Avery Dennison Smartrac, I really don't want to forget about, the products that we inherited thanks to the acquisition of SmartTrack back in March of 2020. So products like the Dogbone, the Belt, the MiniWeb, or the Web, which are really legacy products with a deep meaning in the RFID industry business.
Already excited how the booth will look like. You also mentioned an important point, and that's the acquisition of SmartTrack. So just to repeat, all the key products you just mentioned will be there as well, correct?
Yes, that's correct. And I think we are going to really show the best of both worlds, because I believe that the acquisition of SmartTrack was really a key milestone to enrich us from a strategic perspective into the industry business. And nowadays we can combine the strengths of the two organizations under Avery Dennison, and this is going to be making our presence at the show even more exciting.
We talked now about the booth concept on site, not only products, we also talked a bit about solutions as well, but we have not yet talked about the conference participation. So Avery Dennison is also a sponsor of the event and will therefore also contribute lectures. You will be part of the conference program. So my question would be, what will you be presenting at the conference?
Yeah, so basically, we will be having two different slots. The first lecture will be, let's say, under the topic of healthcare and laboratory. And the second one will be about wireless IoT technologies.
Okay, okay. And do you already know who will be the speaker of the two different slots?
Yes, of course. I mean, the one related to healthcare and laboratory will be held by Frank Smits. Frank is, one of the key experts into the RFID industry. He is currently our RFID business development manager, specialized into the healthcare segment. So let's say really spot on for the lecture he's going to be covering. And the wireless IoT technologies piece will be covered by Patrick Eistad, who has been in the last few years our director of inlay sales, and recently has taken over a new position as director of strategic projects and partnerships. So he's basically in charge of key strategic initiatives like the relationship with Viliot, for example. And so he's absolutely, a great speaker for such a topic.
Okay, okay. I definitely will be there and following the lectures. And great to give this this overview, and make sure to mark the Avery Dennison lectures in your calendar so you don't miss it on site. Of course, it's absolutely fine to visit a lecture, go back to the exhibition, but make sure to don't miss those two lectures. So in your previous answer, before this question, before we talked about the conference, let's come back to the booth concept. You already mentioned, besides the products, some special solutions that will be represented as well. Is there one or two solutions that you would point out specifically?
Yeah, so Nicholas, you see, I mean, we come from, let's say, a world in which, let's say, the priority was selling a product. While I think that now we are living really a transformation, seeing more and more the need to complement, the sale of a pure product by entering into the solution space. For example, I think important to be mentioned is that Avery Dennison Smartrac is currently offering an IoT solution called Atma IO, and this is basically just confirming what I mentioned. So basically, this is really, about, mastering the data, allowing the connection between physical and digital objects, and then, further expanding into, let's say, brand management, security features. You enter really into a lot of new, let's say, areas that are definitely building on top of the pure products and, the already multiple things you could be doing with the latest RFID technologies in terms of products. As I said, to be complemented with additional solutions. Or, I mentioned before also the Viliot technology. This is another, let's say, exciting area where, the possibilities offered by technologies like passive UHF, connected via Bluetooth could be allowing. So we are really into a world that is literally transforming. And this is why, let's say, we call our products and solution, let's say, under a digital and constant transformation. So it's like a journey. And I think that more and more also look into the future, complementing our products with this type of, possibilities.
Okay, well understood. What kind of developments would you expect if we talk about the future that that could be hot topics for let's say the next 3 years?
Well, let's say for me, a key element to reply to your question is really the Avery Dennison SmartTrack consumable could be acting more and more in the future as a unique ID digital trigger. This is going to be definitely a big theme, which is perfectly, let's say, linking to our, above mentioned Atma.io platform. And this is really opening the door to, let's say, the possibility to store and manage, let's say, data, providing higher item level visibility, up to the point of really, let's say, going to, let's say, go really across the entire product's life cycle. So, a lot of exciting new things will be coming, and I'm sure that many of them will be the next chapter, and we have a lot to learn and a lot to see in the next years for sure into this segment.
Like you already mentioned, it's kind of a journey, and yeah, I'm excited where we stop next. My last question would already be, what does the Wireless IoT Tomorrow 2022 mean for Avery Dennison Smartrac?
Well, it means really a lot. It means a lot for the company because it's a great networking and connection opportunity after a period in which, to be honest, we have not had so many chances to, let's say, meet with people face to face. And I believe that in the end, business is about people, is about meeting one-to-one, is about talking, understanding the needs, and trying to provide potential solutions. And I think that, as we discussed during the interview, we believe we have quite a lot to, let's say, to give in this respect. And then, if you allow me, Niklas, the show is going to be also having a special flavor for myself specifically, because, I've been recently promoted to this new position of director in lay sales for Avery Dennison Smartrac for the EMEA industry business. And I have to say that, this means that it's going to be, my first official exit in the new role. So it's going to be an additional pleasure for me to be physically there and to have the great chance to meet the customers and the market.
Okay, first off, thank you for this, very, very positive feedback. And secondly, congratulations to your promotion. I guess that's a very exciting times right now. And of course, we are looking forward to welcome the expert team and of course you personally at the 18th and 19th of October in Wiesbaden for the Wireless IoT 2022. And I think you made the point very clear how much can be found at the Avery Dennison booth in terms of what kind of solutions, how many different products, also the SmartTrack products as well, and of course additionally the expert team on site who can ask, I would guess, every question that maybe pumps up that a visitor could have at your booth. So make sure to stop at the booth and talk to Filippo and hear more about the solutions and the products. And let's not forget the conference part as well. Make sure to save time for the lectures get as much knowledge as possible. Filippo, for now, I would like to say thank you very much, and I look forward to welcome you in person.
Thanks, Niklas. It has been a pleasure.
Bye.
Thanks. Bye-bye.
Oh,